Hey guys, it's Tom Box. The Banlist is out for January 2019. Came a lot sooner. I honestly thought it was going to be out in February, but close enough. 28th of January, that's when it's going to be active. And this is going to be my first reaction, and first time doing a reaction video on the Banlist. So I've only seen the first two right here because I have to open it up and set up this whole thing. And then I'll do like a post-editing thing afterwards about the implications of the Banlist and the best decks moving forward. So starting things off, we have Fairy Tail Snow. BA players rejoice or don't rejoice or rest in peace, Fairy Tail Snow, as now you will no longer be able to manipulate the graveyard. And yeah, Snow is gone, so you lose one of your main interactions against your opponent, and no more free Snow as a link material. Thank God, that thing was getting really annoying, and I knew a lot of people already hated this card. Grinder Golem. I think this is a bit of a preemptive hit for dual power, because of the whole Grinder Golem into Akashic and then into Security Dragon. So they're throwing out token generators. Well, thank God. Like, this is one of the last token generators remaining. I think outside of that, maybe it's just the end of the one card Link 4s. They're just trying to cut that out. This card was just a bit too easy. And speaking of one card Link 4s, we have Gumblard, the Link 4 that everyone hated. Hand loops, degenerate hand plays. You just can't make it play. Like, after you get Aqua Dolphin and then you get Gumblard, it is just crap in the bed. Thank God this card's crap in the bed with us. Oh, Galaxy Tomahawk taking a hit. Again, more token stuff going out of the way. Does this hit a bit of danger? Like, you can go into like a Nessie and another level 7 into this and then just going for an OTK. Oh, Rongo decks. Oh my God, you guys are a bit of a train wreck. You lost both Gumblar and Rongo, so your main boss monster that shut down people's plays, that's out of the way. So that's actually pretty close to my ban list. I said both Gumblar and Rongo are both going out. They're out of the way. Seems like it was a pretty obvious prediction. Konami is listening to us, you guys. This is amazing because it's rare that it's rare that our predictions are so close to it, and seeing it so close, they are addressing it the same way. This is amazing. So Rongo's out of the way. Degenerate, like, oh, I get to watch myself lose. Well, guess what? Another funny point is whenever you hit Rongo, like whenever you hit like a Rongo player, they're like, oh, well, if you hit my Rongo, I'll just make Gumblar and Gumblar your hand. Well, guess what? Where's your Rongo now? He's in a ditch somewhere. This is one of those scenes on a highway where you see like someone slipped into a ditch and every other car slipped into a ditch with it, and that's your Rongo. Oh, Soul Charge. See, along the way, another one of those Rongo decks. Oh my God, Soul Charge also fell into a ditch. A lot of people hated this card because what? A monster reborn at the cost of your life. It was just really annoying. Thank God it's gone. And onto the limited stuff. Chaos Emperor Dragon, that was a given. It was gonna come back. Cyberstein's back. That's an interesting one. Do you guys have your Cyberstein? Did you buy those mystery box and got that Shonen Jump Championship copy? Yeah, I don't know the implications of this, but I see that there's a lot of downside of this card as well. You pay most of your life and then you get impermanence, and then you're basically going to lose. Interesting card. Dark Greph for getting hit. I didn't expect this card to get hit, but I guess it's... I don't even know what's the point of hitting this card. It's Armageddon Knight, but there's no firewall. Maybe you guys can tell me what's going on here. Oh my God, my favorite card's back. Shrit's back. This is really close to my prediction, not gonna lie. Like I said, Shrit wasn't gonna come back, but Shrit is back, and back at limited too. I don't think they're still playable because like Brio is still kind of hurt, and I don't know. Wait. Hey, Brio's not on this list. He's not limited. Oh my God, he's somewhere down there. Oh, hold on. Shaddoll Construct. The Bae is back. Bae is back. Hashtag Bae is back, because you guys get your Shaddoll Construct, which means Shaddoll Fusion can be played in a lot of decks. If you play Lights in your deck and you can shove in Shaddolls, this is your free chance to do so. Thunder Dragons might play it. I think there's a lot of things you can do with this. Oh my God, Brilliant Fusion. I knew this card was getting hit. I called it. I called that Brilliant Fusion was gonna get hit, and it's like every time one deck abuses it, it's collateral damage for all the other decks, and there we go. Gold Sark too. I want to check my own like Banlist prediction now. There's so many cards on here that it seems to be called spot on. I'll do a comparison at the end. Magical Mid-Breaker Field. Yeah, no more anti-hand trap. You make the degenerate play this card, you get free play. I don't think that's good. Thank God it's gone. Scapegoat. More token cards getting shoved out into the ditch. Slash draw FTK no more. You're not gonna get slash draw. Like FTKs, of course, any FTKs would always get shut down in the next ban list. Let's see. Nothing here, nothing here. Okay, so the stuff that's getting free. Insector, Hornet's back, but Dragonfly's still at 1. But Dragonfly's not the thing getting DD crowed. There might be some people coming back with some Insector plays. And with what's that? The super armored Iron Sea guy. Maybe you'll see some of this guy thing happening. Bryo is right at 3, not even semi, just straight up unlimited. Unfortunately, Unicorn I think is still up here. Yeah, Unicorn's still here. And I think Unicorn is actually the stronger of the monsters right now. Just because it stuns out everything in the extract, which makes Link monsters also kind of poopy. Okay, Exciting Night didn't really do much last format. Kaiju Slumber. This is gonna change up siding a lot, in my opinion. If you give us Kaiju Slumber, people will play more Kaijus and they're more incentivized to playing Kaijus. I think Madolches may actually shove this card into their deck just because they can. And digging out Kaijus, I think is a great way to actually pop the board. Stormforce to 3. Oh man, I think someone's having a field day. I'm gonna have a field day. I love True Draco. Okay, Epidemic Eradicator Virus. This is the last virus that was still stuck in the limited side, and it's back. There's going to be heavy implications for anti-Sky Striker. It feels like this is their way of hitting Sky Strikers. If you're playing like Layer of Darkness decks, shove 3 copies of this, and then you get yourself a Lilith, just wreck the board. Just like crap the board on your opponent. And guess what? You can even use this with Trap Trick. Infernity Barrier to 3. I don't know what I think about this. Yeah, like, I know it's hard to Infernity loop, but I'm guessing we're moving more towards a counter trap-ish play. So Infernity Barrier coming back, cool. Wind Up Magician, I don't really care. It was semi-limited, no one played it. TG Hyper Librarian was semi-limited, no one really played it. But I'm guessing we're getting TG support. This is TG stuff. Limiter Removal to 3. Cyber Dragon players, you should totally play this card because you go limiter removal into limiter removal into limiter removal, and you can crap on your opponent. Yeah, that seems fair. It's not just this deck. I think Sky Strikers can try something with this as well. Okay, well that's the ban list. I don't exactly have too much, but oh my god, Shrit. That's legit, man. I'm super excited to play Necros once again. It is back. I care less about the Shaddoll construct. Seriously, Shrit was the only thing that is really heartfelt to me. I love that deck. That was the deck that made me feel super competitive. I don't know what I'm thinking about this. You know what? Let's go to the implications. Let's talk about what are the decks moving forward and which are the decks that, to me, seems like took a heavier impact. Okay, so looking down at this list, Grinder Golem, Fairy Tail Snow, Galaxy Tomahawk, Rongo, Gumblar, and Soul Charge all getting banned. Nothing getting semi-limited. This time around we have Chaos Emperor, Dragon Cyberstein, Dark Greffer. I don't know why you're getting hit. My favorite boy, my boy Shurit's back. And the BaeIsBack as well, Construct, so that guy's gonna have a great day. I'm gonna go to my locals and ask them what's going on. Brilliant Fusion and, what was this other card? Yeah, Gold Sark also both getting hit. Midbreaker Field also taking a nosedive into 1. Scapegoat going to 1. I don't know why it's going to 1. I don't think it really matters. I feel like they're kind of forcing Trickstar players to play a little bit differently. Slash Draw FTK's gone. Like, you can't Slash Draw into a Slash Draw. Let's be honest here. Insector's back, Wind-Up's back, well not really back. Wind-Up, you're still missing your key card, Wind-Up Carrier, so, yeah, not that great. Necros is back with the Bryo, and you also get Shred. You got both your power play cards back, but I don't know, Unicorn's at 1, that means it's hard to recur cards. It's a limiting factor, but I think Unicorn with Clausulus, there's something to be had there. Then we have Exciting Night, not that interesting. TG Hyper Librarian. I'm not sure if you can do like a Hyper Librarian play. It's harder to do so than before. Like back then when you had multiple Hyper Librarian, you can draw so many cards, but now you have to follow with the link arrows. And to synchro with the link arrows, you just don't have that open slot anymore. As for the Kaiju Slumber, I love the option to actually Kaiju side. Monarch Stormforth. This one's a bit of an interesting one, in my opinion. Like, True Dracos, like you didn't get anything back, but giving this to True Draco lets them answer a lot of problematic monsters right from the get-go. Like, they don't have to rely on anything aside from just using a Stormforth, and that's a 3 of now. I'm gonna shove 3 copies in my deck regardless, even though my lineup of monster isn't exactly that big. It's fine. Limiter Removal, that's cool too. And the 2 traps we get back. Infernity Barrier. I'm not sure if they can set up triple barrier just yet. Especially without Firewall, with only 1 copy of Archfiend, 1 launcher. It's harder to do so, and without the Xyz monster lineup as well, you don't have that Gusto Emerald, you don't have Lava Wall Chain. I'm sure someone will try to break it. I mean, back when there was Firewall, it was a lot easier, but now I don't think it's very plausible. And then we have Epidemic Eradicator. I feel like this is kind of targeted towards Sky Strikers, but looking at this whole list, Sky Strikers didn't take a hit. I said that Thunder Dragons were going to get smashed in this list, and they did, but then it's not that they're not playable. They didn't touch anything within the Thunder Dragon core, which allows you to play variants. Dino variant, I think, is still one of the strongest variant out there that you can play, and I think because they have banishing options just by base thanks to Pill, and Pill spits out like what, the giant ass UCT, you're just going to win games through that instead. And you can still play Quatless. Everything is still basically available. It does suck for most people that have to take out so many cards out of their deck, but you can still play Foolish Burial if you want to shove a card into the graveyard. You might be able to take out that Garnet, not that Garnet, but the Amber. But in terms of decks moving forward, this is a really good kill list. This is improving the diversity of our plays. As for BA, losing Snow, I think there's a lot more to losing Snow than everything, because this Beatrice was pretty much easy access to Snow guaranteed. They play Triple Light Aseka, and Snow gave you that grave control. It kind of hurts your Orbital Hydrolander because you can't manipulate the graveyard, so you don't have the same names anymore. Also affects the Dark Arm Dragon. If you're playing the Dark Arm Dragon stuff in there with the Eclipse Wyvern and everything, it's harder for you to actually manipulate that graveyard as well, thanks to the loss of Snow. What if you have too many Darks now? It's harder for you to remove them out of the graveyard, unless it's just like a Destrudo, which is easy. But without Snow, you're also more susceptible to being attacked on your own turn, because your biggest interaction would be one card from, I guess, the Farfa, and I think that's about it. You have your Beatrice to the Farfa, maybe recover a card with like Dante and Asir, but without the Snow, you're not getting the booking play, which can seriously jam a combo. Yeah, no, overall, I think that is a pretty heavy hit, and it also could potentially hit the Hydrolander as well. So that takes out one card out of the deck. Tomahawk, just get rid of this guy. Just get out of here. RHONGO players, oh, I don't feel sorry for you guys. I hated playing against the deck because I don't like sitting there watching myself die ever. So I'm glad you're gone, and I'm also glad Gumblar's gone. So you can't just go into like the Aqua Dolphin, into the whole like Goki play into the RHONGO. Or sorry, Topologic Gumblar. But I'm kind of glad that they left Bardiche alone, because Bardiche is like that Phantom Knight play, and the Phantom Knight plays, I think that's going to be a meta play moving forward. I've been looking at some of these combos with Orcus, and it seems like because they're dark, it still synergizes very well with the upcoming Orcus cards. So in Dark Neostorm, stay tuned for the Orcus stuff, especially if you already have it handy. That's good for you. Soul Charge is gone, that's fine. We have Chaos Emperor Dragon with the Shonen Jump reprint with the errata text, that's fine. Cyber Stun, I don't know the implication of this card. What if someone summons out like Last Warrior from another planet and just jams it on the board and you can't really do anything? I'm not too sure if this card's that great. Effect Veiler is pretty mainstream. In fact, Effect Veiler is going to be a much better hand trap because of Witcher's Strike. A lot of people are probably going to aim towards not playing that many like harsh negations anymore, like the negation of activations, just because if they get Witcher's Strike, most people will just straight up just lose. Grepher, I don't know why you took a hit, but I guess you're alongside your brother Armageddon Knight, so that's kind of neat. Shrit, gonna try out the Necros stuff. Construct just implies so many things that you can shove like Shaddolls into. Like, I feel there's so much potential with this. Just because it's one copy, you can just play that one copy of Shaddol Fusion and you can set up your graveyard. Even Thunder Dragons can get some level of variance with this. Like if you shove in a bunch of cards and you just play this Fusion, you get yourself the Construct, and I don't know, maybe you can just get rid of it later on, but maybe it's not that great. Maybe you just want to play Instant Fusion instead. Brilliant Fusion, unfortunately. Gemini FDK kind of pooping the bed here on the consistency, as well as Thunder Dragon taking a massive hit on this one. No free body plus Foolish. I told you, this was just too much. It's just because one deck is going to abuse it. Gold Sark. Again, same thing. One deck abused it, ruined it for everyone. Nothing else to really mention here. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of want to compare it with my own ban list though. Looking at my own ban list here, I was pretty spot on for the ban stuff, except that I only covered two of the ban stuff, which was the RHONGO and the Gumblar. Seems like that was pretty obvious. The Shrit coming back, the Gold Sark, and the Brilliant Fusion. That was pretty on point. Seems like they were thinking the same thing. And for everything else, I was completely wrong. They didn't touch Colossus or anything. Okay, what about the decks moving forward? Okay, for decks that survived and probably are going to move forward, we have Sky Striker. They are just untouched this entire ban list, although there is still the possibility where Epidemic can maybe crush them because they actually have no spell cards to play if that happens. Then Salamangre, up and coming powerhouse. That is gonna be something that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be playing that deck myself. Thunder Dragons, they survived. They might not play the same way. They might be a little slower. Just a little bit, but there's still the possibility of variant decks coming out. Altergeist remained untouched, so they are still another powerhouse of control. Burning Abyss, although they lost Snow, it does impact them a little bit, but then they have a lot more level 3 play coming up in the next set. So don't discount them just yet, just because they lost Snow. Snow might be, like, it might be one card hit, but it has so much utility that it does change up the deck in terms of its interaction on going first. So yeah, there's that. I think Time Thief also is a deck that's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Their decks don't seem that bad. There's a lot of utility just based off of its basic effects, and it's so splashable. And Trickstar is a little bit different now. Trickstar, I think we're moving forward into a forced playstyle change into link plays. You're going to see more people running the level 1 links and with a new field spell. I think that's where they're going to be going towards. And then there's also True Draco with the triple Stormforth. A lot of problems on the field can be answered just by tributing off your monster with a non-targeting effect that affects basically the player. So those are the decks I'm guessing is moving forward. If you guys have anything you want to add or you have any comment, what do you think about this ban list? Do you think they've hit everything? Do you think Konami is listening to us? I think they're paying attention to some degree and they want to keep the community happy. Well, this is what's going to happen with the take away the FDKs, take away the no fun plays and the things that you have to sit there and watch people solitaire. No more introverted Yu-Gi-Oh playing. That's why you got to interact with your opponent now. Seems like that's what's happening. So that's all I got for this video, guys. If you guys want to share your comment down in the description below, let me know. I want to hear what you guys think because a fresh ban list, there's a lot of amazing things going on. So yeah, hit that like button, smash the bell, smash the subscribe. I'm all over the place, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.